I guess this is kind of about not being discouraged. Um, well, the language of art and the art of language. When I was around, I think 11 years old, I'd been taking piano lessons for several years already. Mom wanted me to take piano. I did. I loved it for the first few years. Eventually I grew to hate it. But, ultimately I really appreciate that Mom pushed that on me. I had a great teacher for, I think, 3 or 4 years towards the end of those lessons. My teacher was Sister Clara. She would actually wrap me on the knuckles with a ruler if I did not keep my hands like this instead of like this. A lot of discipline. I love that about her. She's great. She had a passion for music. She herself was an accomplished pianist. Just going to tell you a story about a recital. Well, it was sort of a recital dash competition. Maybe it was sort of a adjudicated recital that I had to participate in. I had to play a piece called The Mechanical Doll. Who is that by? I've got it written down here. Oh, Shostakovich, Dmitri Shostakovich. It's written for kids. It's written as a study piece. I had to play this thing. Anyway, unlike what I'd been doing a lot of the time, because I shirked my duties a lot, I had this piece memorized. I really did. I had it figured out. I thought I knew exactly what I was doing. I was very proud to go back to my piano teacher week after week and say, see how I've memorized this and see how well it's going. And she agreed that I was doing well with it. The last piano lesson I had before the recital, she suggested that I should play it in a more mechanical fashion, not too emotionally, not with too much flow. But the title was The Mechanical Doll. Makes perfect sense to me. It still does. So the day or the evening of the recital, by then I had played it for my teacher, and she agreed that it was improved. She thought I was doing quite well with it. So I played it in that manner, in a more mechanical manner, more articulate, a little bit slower, a little bit stiffer, and I was quite proud of my performance that evening. But there were 4 adjudicators at that recital, and once we had all played, I think there were probably 12 to 15 students that night. So we all played our pieces, we sat down, and then it was the adjudicator's time, the judge's time to get up to the stage and to tell us what they thought. And I didn't do so well. The reason I did not do so well is because the consensus amongst the judges was that there was no flow, there was no musicality to this piece that I'd played. So that night, when Mom and I got home, I wasn't devastated. I was just disappointed, and I complained to Mom, and I said, Sister Clara, she told me, I had my own way of playing this. It was going to have more flow, and I had it memorized. I had it down. I had it pat. I was sure I was going to win this thing. She said, Phil, you didn't lose anything. What you did tonight was you learned something. What you should have learned is that everybody has a different opinion. So I had 4 professional adjudicators hear me play that piece. The other students didn't play the same piece. It wasn't like that. We all played different pieces. So it was not compared to how other students played the piece. It was just how I played the piece. I remember Mom saying, don't worry about it. You learned something tonight. Your teacher has her own opinion. Your teacher's an excellent teacher, and she is, and she was. But the judges had their own ideas. So So you tried to talk to them, your language of your art, by trying to interpret it in a certain way, which I felt ripped off about because I wanted it to be more emotional. Doesn't matter. But the judges disagreed with that way of saying it. So everybody hears the art in a different way, and every artist speaks the art in a different way. So every artist who wants to say something, will not necessarily be received by everybody in the way that was intended. So that's the language of art. It can be interpreted, misinterpreted. It can do whatever it does. Doesn't matter. But the art of language, I thought was beautiful from Mum. And that she said to me, Phil, it's okay. Learn something from this. If you can learn from the fact that everybody hears things differently and interprets things differently, you've done well. That was the art of language. That was the art of love. The love of a mother. I miss my mom. Okay.